Hey guys, it's Eddy again. I'm here actually with Darby. You can tell is super excited about Pugmire, and not at all excited because I'm petting her. It's totally about Pugmire. I mentioned last time I wanted to talk about Canon, and that I figured Darby's a good kind of reason to talk about Canon. Darby, look at that face. But last time I did this, I was with a different dog. Murray was sitting with me when I did my first Kickstarter video for Pugmire, and now Murray's passed away, and I have a different dog in my life. And so time moves on, and I wanted to kind of reflect that. One thing I don't want to do is what some people call meta plot, which is that all of the events of the previous book follow on to the next book, and that you kind of have to know what happened in the first book before you see what happened in the second book. And I'm not a fan of that. So instead, I'm taking more of a soft reboot approach, where it is a few years in the future. It's a vague amount of years in the future, like 2 or 3. Yoshi is a little bit older. A couple of things have moved on, but nothing's going to be heavily changed. Like the tensions with the monarchies are a little tenser. Kibu the Red has been working to actually unify the Badger tribes. Before it was hinted that Kibu and Red were doing it, now it's actually happened. So it's things like that. So you can see little bits and changes. If you're really familiar with Pugmire, you're going to be probably surprised and hopefully pleased with some of the changes. But it's nothing that's going to radically alter the experience. You're not going to be shot into space, or the king's dead, or Pugmire's been nuked into the ground. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. But it allows me to kind of quietly retcon a few things, so I can kind of clean up how people perceive rodents, for example. I can get my opinion of how badgers are supposed to be portrayed a little further along, and I can introduce new characters like Darby Boxer here. Darby Boxer has a place in the book that people will see. It's an opportunity to kind of make sure things are a little more streamlined. And by moving things ahead a couple of years, it gives me a chance to kind of say, oh, yes, things have changed. And so I'm not just me changing them arbitrarily, but like the world has moved on a little bit. So it's enough that I can justify those experiences more or less and justify the changes more or less, while simultaneously not pushing it so far that people feel like they're missing out if they haven't played first edition. So hopefully that clarifies kind of what's going on with the canon stuff, and we'll talk more next time.